Boom to the hay, all you sports fans out there in the Tubosphere. Welcome to the one-man sports rant, Gen 2.0. I am your host, Will, the alternative ESPN Sports Thrill. Talking Week 3 College Football Review. So what is the OMSR Gen 2.0? I went into great detail on many an Olympic show, so I'm not going to go through the 3 or 4 minute disclaimer like back then, except to say it's not a 15 minutes worth of me flapping my gums. It's not a 15-minute sports highlight reel either. It's the best of both, from Generation 1 now into Gen 2.0, where I try to make the talk interesting, if not entertaining, in a context you may not hear on any other network. Also with the highlights too, try to show things not only that lead up to the highlights, but the interesting things being said that are not shown on any other network due to time constraints. But we do have a little bit of time here. That's the beauty of doing a show. You get a little bit longer sports highlight reel. I realize 15 minutes may not be your cup of tea. You can always fast forward, but you won't know the order of the clips coming up, so that may be one reason to stay tuned. And also, this show is copyrighted to the OMSR with brief video highlights courtesy to ESPN, ABC, CBS, Fox, and or Pac-12 networks in their entirety. The OMSR does not own these video highlights, but does own all the other original content and the overall concept herein, thereof, therefore, most rights reserved. We also adhere to a strict standard and interpretation of the DCMA, Digital Copyright Millennium Act, or Digital Copyright Act, as these were hashed out through WIPO, World Intellectual Property Organization. These are the fair use standard, derivatives, and a minority use. You could also say no money exchanging hands because the OMSR is a pro bono production. Alright, so let's get to it. This probably week 3 is going to be broken up into, dare I say, 6 to 7 parts. We covered a lot of games in their entirety, or at least the happening moments therein, and also college final, their thoughts, Reese and the gang, the last bit of football going on for the night. Alright, so I'm going to use this as the baseline show for all the parts, so wait for the graphics so we know which part we're talking about. Alright, so we're talking part 1 here, and this is the, how the craziness went down last night with the U versus BYU, and I'm going to give all my fellow alum, a little pep talk here at the end, but in terms of interesting analysis or, as it pertains to the clips coming up, the Life Brand Sports Rant of the day, I'm going to just bundle it all into one. It's very well known in past shows that I've let it be known. I walked on as a linebacker, however briefly. Kyle Whittingham was the walk-on coach. It was his first or second year, 1995. Alright, so this is the sort of thing he would not, much bigger, had a full-on beard going on, or goatee-style beard back then. Tough-looking dude. He's much more mellow now, but what happened last night has not occurred since Cal versus Stanford, and the reason Cal didn't get dinged for it way back in the day, 1982, 83 was that infamous game, is because Cal scored the winning points on their home field with the opposing team's elements coming onto the field, not the student body coming onto the field. All of you dudes out there and gals who ran onto the field not realizing what you were watching, put on a dunce cap, get lit tonight. I know it's Sunday, but it's the U of you. Take a picture. It's going to seem really funny in the moment, and then look at it tomorrow during this first week of finals coming up at the U, and you're going to realize how dumb you just made us all look to the entire college football elective. Because I realized it was a little confusing with the double zeros, but until that referee, was blowing that whistle and they're running off the field, you got to stay put. Third time was a charm. Very interesting, unique situation. You'll probably never see that again. But how am I supposed to defend the U now as being the U instead of Miami? Because every time I bring it up, which I've done very passionately in the past, we're going to get laughed at. Alpha Tau, Pi Kappa Alpha, set people straight. Thank you. That's the Life Brand Sports Rant. Here's my 2-minute warning. Luckily, because I'd be going off on you even more. Alright, so that's it for today's show. Enjoy the clips coming up, U versus BYU, or vice versa. So from Generation 1, thanks for watching. No silly DUIs while you're out there, even though I said get lit, don't drive around. From Gen 2.0, later days, more college football plays.
Stevenson gets the punt away. Henderson retreats to his own 25-yard line, makes the 30, has some daylight, 40, 45 midfield, has a blocker. Into BYU territory along the sideline before he's finally pushed out around the 15-yard line. Rodney Funga.
Down here if they continue to move the ball.
Tonga comes in motion. Play fake. Hayes looking towards the end zone. Caught and touchdown. Tonga, who went in motion, hangs on to it through, and it's the home team, Utah, that strikes first in this battle.
Here goes Tonga. He's around the outside. A perfect throw from Hayes over the top. One-hand grab. We have our first score.
Neely, along with Ray Bentley. Ray, sometimes special teams gets overlooked, but in this game, it's directly led to just about everything on the field. A fake punt, a blocked field goal, a long punt return. It's been remarkable.
Yeah, it has, and it's led to all the points that we've had tonight. And let's, in fact, take a look at it right here. Henderson, with a big punt return, is going to set up Utah in great field position. As you see him making his way down the field, almost broke down, and that led to this touchdown pass. Wesley Tonga holds it in from Hayes, and that's the 7 points for Utah. And then a great down punt on the 1-yard line by Swanson led to this Ronnie Nelson touchdown pass to Cody Hoffman. So special teams have led to each score. Here's the recap. As you see some of the highlights, the 57-yard line.
In the last 6 snaps, 3 penalties, 2 incompletions, and 1 fumble. And now they can't get out of their own way, 3rd and 20. Nelson again chased in his own end zone, lets it fly. Incomplete at the 39. That ball was kind of tailing out of bounds. Skyler Ridley then took a pretty good hit after the pass bounced off his hands.
Morris Edwards making the defensive play. And again, another blitz forcing Nelson out of the pocket. Pretty good for the punter here to get tossed out of bounds. Number 99, Stevenson, coming over here late. That's just not right. That should be a penalty, a clip, pushing the back on a punter of all people.
Well, I would say it's getting chippy down there, but it's way past that, it seems like, at this point. First down, Utes. Well, just inside the 40 of the Cougars. Play fake. Hayes going for it towards the end zone. Flag. Drez Anderson with the catch and the touchdown, despite the pass interference. The Cougars right there.
A really nice pitch by Taysom Hill because the back was, the pitch relationship was off. Usually you want that back out in front of you and 3 to 4 yards away from you, and Williams was a lot closer and further behind than where you usually are in that situation. A lot of times that pitch is blind, and Hill did a nice job of holding on to it.
Never got it off. And some. And BYU is going to have it at the 15-yard line. 4 minutes to go. Bring in Mendenhall as the fullback. Friel in motion. Fake it to Elisa. Into the end zone. Touchdown. The tight end Friel. And BYU has come marching back.
I saw that play on film study. It's the old hide in the middle play. Gutsy call. You see Johnson there, dove on the ground. He missed a tackle. And another missed tackle. Diving for the ball. And that might just be the undoing of BYU. Now they're just going to pound you on the ground.
3 minutes to go. Brantley lost it. Football got it right back. Boy, that was nearly catastrophe for the Utes. He juggled it. It came right back down in his arms. And everybody here at Bryce Eccles that's wearing red breathes a deep sigh of relief.
You see the look that kind of winning him gave him. Like, you got to be kidding me, son. stop your heartbeat if you're a coach over there in red.
Back it to punt. Ball sled at his own 10.
He runs back that kick. No question about getting that one right.
Utah's going to down it
At the 6th, his best football play right here, right now. A deep comeback along the sidelines. Something along those lines. I don't think you have to take the deep shot here. With 19 seconds, you need to get you 12 yards, get a first down, and then think about that shot.
Need to get to the 31 for a first down. 1 for 1 on 4th down tonight. Last chance here for BYU. Nelson gonna sling it. He's got a man. Complete. Hoffman.
How do you want to get behind you in such a situation? That's my secondary late in the game. You got to get rid of the ball.
Nelson just flung up there almost for grabs. Incomplete. And time is run out. BYU still standing on their sideline. Many of their players thinking there should be some time left on the clock. Let's look.
Well, here's the clock. You see it in your screen. That ball's up in the air. You can't blow the whistle until it hits the ground. Boom, right there.
Wow, they may have a point here.
Yeah, it tells me there's 1 second left.
Yes. Different issue. But there's Falslab with a live ball, still trying to advance it.
But it still wouldn't give BYU another crack at the field goal. Because that play went off, it was legal. They could just call this one over.
We have a live ball foul.
Live ball.
While the play was still alive, the crowd rushed the field. That's a live ball 15-yard penalty from the 44. One on time down at the 19.
Holy smokes. Wow is right.
Because it's a live ball foul, then that kick doesn't matter.
Now they're looking at like a 37-yard field goal. Riley Stevenson will attempt this. Off the right hash, a 36-yard attempt to try to send it to overtime. And it hit the upright. And the game does end. And for a third time, the Utah fans storm the field. It is officially over.
Third time is the charm for the fans.
But this game, Ray, was literally about a foot away from going into overtime.
Indeed it was.
If that.
What a ball game. What a finish.
Safe to say, I have never seen a game ever finish like that.
Me either, partner.
Incredible, but Utah wins it over BYU 24-21.